All right, y'all. Take two. I think I just hit the wrong button and shut you down. But we're working on trying to find the correct belt size for the gear range that we have. Biggest rear gear we got. Biggest engine gear we've got, which is an 18. We also have 14, 15, 16. 14 Grattan, 15 probably Mid-Ohio. 18 just probably Daytona only. I mean, in reality, where we're ever going to go. But we just want to make sure that if we can just buy one belt to satisfy every possible configuration that we could throw at this thing, that would be great. I don't think that's going to happen. To keep the engine as far back as you can get it, so it's away from your elbow, so you have turning room radius. You know, you got to have freedom to move your elbows in here to turn. So with the 1080 belt on it, you could see the belt that came with it. The crank was way up here, and that was going to be an issue. So we didn't want to buy more than one belt. You know, I don't want to spend too darn much money on this thing. You know, it's a scrapper. We ain't going to spend a ton of money. We're going to spend more money putting paint on it and getting it pretty over the winter than we are anything else. You know, these things were supposed to be reliable junk. You just start them and run them, put gas in them and go. So we typed in the metric conversion deal, 960 belt, which we can get from CKS, and 1,000 millimeter belt, both shorter than the 1080 that's on it, but longer than the 880 that Chris West gave us. Thanks, Chris. With these sprockets, and it literally put the motor up on top of the, as you can see, this crank, right? It put it up on top of the adjuster there, was way back here. So what we got going now is just setting the tape measure at the length for the 960 belt and changing all the gears and marking them, and then at the 1,000 millimeter belt and changing all the gears again and then marking them again. What we end up seeing, obviously, is really the only difference is about 5/8 to 3/4 of an inch between the 1473, smallest gear we have for the engine, smallest gear we have for the clutch, to 1578, which is about the same ratio, but with the biggest gear we have on the back and the second biggest gear we have here. And then we went ahead and just went into our phone and got Wayne Rumsey. Thanks, Wayne. He gave us some info about his Daytona gearing, which is going to be 1875, which is about the same position as our 1578 with the 960 belt. So, after all this work, what did we come up with, Robert? The 1080 is too long, the 880 is too short, the 1000 is the 960 is going to put us in the sweet spot. Is it going to work for every possible configuration? Probably not, because that's my luck. And it's the headache of these stupid clutch carts. So, we're going to go ahead back in the house. We're going to order a new air filter, because this one, although new, just looks ridiculous. We'll get an angled air filter here to get away from the tank. We'll also get a 960 belt, and we'll be able to put our 1473, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Without body work, we're going to be a little lighter. Maybe it'll pull a little more gear. We'll see. I know Steve said he's going to run 1474. Ronnie Lorang said 1472. So I'm right in the middle of the pack. I got a jumbo size circumference rear tire on this thing right now. It's 35 7/8 to 36 inches, which is the size on the back of my shifter cart. They're huge. I do have smaller diameter tires that are, I think, 6-inch wide. This is supposedly, I think, a 650, right? 650. So I could throw those on. They're on 5-inch rims. We can always try that instead of swapping gear around, because I'm not going to want to work on this thing when I get there. If it's close, by swapping tires, if it's way off and I put the smaller tires on and it's good, then we'll leave it. We'll just run it. That's it. I was playing around with this. Got to go in and order that stuff. Then over to Rich's house. Took the day off yesterday because my back was killing me from cutting on that real low table in his garage, cutting that new aluminum piece out. That and being on the ground and grinding. Just the metal in the back doesn't let you move. And when you try to move, it hurts. So ran around, got the bed coating, got rollers and brushes and just everything we're going to need. And it rained yesterday. Today we'll get over there and cut some stuff up. We'll do some clear silicone sealing around all the marker lights up above where we painted, now that the paint's good and dry. and get that done. And just plug away at it. Rich is welding up the sweet chain guard that we made up there for this bad boy. And, you know, there's really not a lot left to do here. We got to run some wires to up the steering there for the kill switch. Some fuel line with a inline fuel filter. I think we ordered some of that stuff from CKS too, inline fuel filters and what have you. Put brake fluid in the system and bleed the brakes. And we were going to put a Micron 2 on this thing, and do some temperature and all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with this all together. We may not put a gauge on it at all, Bob, for our shakedown over here at Grattan. So it should be fine. It's going to run on gas. It's a lawnmower engine. It should be fine. Cut the grass, drive the cart, what have you, right? So that's the name of that tune. That's what we got going. The headache of the clutch cart coming back to haunt me after 27, 28 years. I'm not enjoying it right now, but it should be a good time. Man, I get low in this thing. I got to move the pedals down yet too. Man, my head is literally right in here. It's nice. I'm going to be down low. This should be a fun little toy. I'm going to tear this thing up, man. Tear it up. Talk to y'all. God bless.